Hello, and welcome back. You are watching the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet. This is Daily Dive. I'm your host, Michael Carvelis in Guyton, Georgia. The date is Thursday, March the 6th, 2025. Can you believe it's already March and it's already 2025? That just doesn't make sense to me. I'm getting old. But we are live on 12 Sports via YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV. Subscribe to the 12 Sports channel on YouTube for other great shows and live sports. On today's awesome show, we're going to start off with the MVP race. Who is it? Because it looks very complicated between goalies, star players, guys who have stacked teams. It's unbelievable how close this thing actually is. Then, my actual award races. Who is the top three in Rookie of the Year, Goalie of the Year, and Most Valuable Player? That's a lot to dissect. And, of course, NLL Power Rankings. My rankings after Week 14, heading in to Week number 15. I want to first let you know this show is presented by tickets.12onsports.com. That's tickets.numbers12lettersOZsports.com. Get your National Lacrosse League tickets for less by going to that website, which includes every sport and all your favorite music artist concerts, not to mention Broadway and theater. Tickets.12onsports.com. I think it's only fair if I tell the people that yesterday, and if you didn't catch the social media posts, this is why I'm doing this now. I have been switching secular jobs, not that you care, but that's why I didn't come on yesterday. Tomorrow, I know I'm not coming on, but we might have a surprise, but we'll, again, check out the social medias at Daily Dive LAX to see if there will be a show tomorrow. Kai the goalie, I agree. Bro called out. It's unbelievable. But hopefully it's for the better. But yeah, maybe there will be something tomorrow. Maybe not. Stay tuned to the social medias because I'm not going to be here tomorrow, but I'll leave that alone for now. Let's get into this. Let's get into the MVP conversation right now. And I'm not going to give you my list until the next segment. But let's talk about it. I'm, for one, proud of my graphic right here. I just want to say. There is such, and I think that the league suffers from a lot of reporter bias towards certain players. That's a great point, MJU79. Can't claim the only Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show. Not this week, that's for sure. But guys, I don't mean to be disrespectful. There's even guys like Adam Levy who have been part of this before. But my point is, it seems like reporters kind of have a nod towards certain people preseason. And that's what's frustrating. I put Dane Smith, Curtis Dixon, and Lyle Thompson on this graphic. To be fair, there's a lot of people you can consider for most valuable player. You've got Zach Mans, Josh Byrne on Dane Smith's own team, Matt Vince on Dane Smith's team. You've got Frank Scigliano, but he's played two less games than he played 2 games, and Kaiser did just well. Dylan Ward, Zach Higgins. The list goes on and on. What frustrates me the most about these conversations is we don't ever just give a definition of most valuable player. I feel like, personally, every single person who votes on the award must give a definition of what their criteria is and how much they value each part of said criteria. Because I remember 2 years ago on this show, I was saying Christian Del Bianco is not the MVP because I feel like the only reason they want him to be is because he had 19 assists and no other goalie had done that. But I feel like Dane Smith should have been the MVP. Last year, Connor Field sneaks his team into the playoffs, has an unbelievable statistical season. They gave it to Josh Byrne. I get so frustrated with what the term MVP means, and this does not just apply to the NLL, it applies to every sport. To me, the word valuable holds a lot of weight. I cannot have, full disclosure, Zach Higgins in my MVP discussion if his team is not currently in the playoffs. To me, value, you have to bring something to the table in terms of winning. I think the number one seed helps, but I'm not going to sit up here and say that Zach Higgins is the best player on the Black Bears, so he deserves MVP. Well, that's not fair to everyone else in the NLL's history. Do you realize how many guys have been so good? I'm not saying the Black Bears won't make the playoffs, but if they don't, we can't, with the right mind, give him any votes if the word valuable has any meaning to its actual definition at all. What about Dane Smith? Listen, I love Dane Smith. You guys have no idea how much I value two-way players in the modern NLL. I know we're all about offense, defense, get on, get off, etc. There is so much value to Dane Smith staying on multiple defensive shifts during the Saskatchewan Rush game. There's a ton of value. He was part of their penalty kill sometimes, and that was just unbelievable to me. I know he started his career as a defensive player, but that to me should matter. Lyle Thompson, like he doesn't even have a Josh Byrne. Lyle Thompson's been great. I think that also assists can sometimes be overrated. I have learned, and this is not just an anti-Jeff Teat thing, this is kind of an anti-Dane Smith thing too. I cannot count your assist as that important if they're not the primary assist. And I'm of the firm belief it's a weird deal to count, like determine which third assist should count. There was a play where I think Matt Marinier dropped the ball off when it's off the floor. And Jeff Teat passes the ball to Connor Keenan who scores the ball. How in the heck can Matt Marinier be counted for an assist if he is not even on the floor? That shouldn't count. But it does. Now, tic-tac-toe like the Bandits do all the time, sure, give both guys an assist. But there are going to be guys like Jeff Teat and Dane Smith who stockpile the assists, and they're not the only players in NLL history that have done this. But if we're going to count the hockey assist, there must be some consistency. And I don't care if you touched the ball a minute ago. Why are you, if not even being on the floor, counted for an assist? That blows my mind. And I come from an NBA fan base kind of thing, so I get that I'm a little bit biased. But again, if it's tic-tac-toe, give everyone an assist. Give 5 guys an assist. I don't care. You cannot give an assist to a player who is not even involved in the play like 45 seconds before. Come on, man. Come on. Now, again, that's just how the NLL counts it, but I feel like if the NLL is going to play an NBA style of offense, setting picks and passing the ball when a guy shoots it immediately, we have to be consistent with our assists. And again, this is not just an assist argument. What about the fact, how much do these voters value goals? Listen, Dane Smith, full disclosure, is on my MVP top 3. I do not have a vote. That is fine. He's only got 20 goals. Josh Byrne has like 25 or 27, and he's on Dane's team. So I do think goals should be valued, but it's like, again, how are we gauging these things? I, for one, think value mixed with goal scoring, mixed with two-way versatility. You've got actual value, like not just in terms of winning. What about value in terms of like you're the best player on your team by far? Like Josh Byrne won the MVP last season. That's a real thing, and deservedly so. But I'm not going to sit here and say that Dane Smith should be a runaway MVP candidate just because he's got the points. He's got a stacked roster. And I'm of the mindset in today's NLL, I think a lot of people 20 years from now are going to look back at this and say, how the hell did this team have that roster? They're going to wonder what corners you had to cut in the soft salary cap. I'm just saying. Goalies, when do they matter? Are we just going to count assists as being the goalies mattering? How much does their win record matter? Do goalies have to have added value in terms of wins? Like Zach Higgins, full disclosure, is on my goalie ballot if I had a top 3. His team's not even in the playoffs as it stands right now. I'm telling you guys, there's so much variables to this. I just want to make sure, and maybe it will never happen, but I want to make sure the voters and the league is transparent with this stuff, because this race is so awesome. Like, there are so many amazing performances this season. So many dynamic duos in the National Lacrosse League right now. So many amazing young rookies. I mean, the list goes on and on. I just want fans to understand, and I want myself to understand, like, what goes into this voting process. I know there's a lot of East Coast bias. I know that, like, some guys had different definitions. Maybe the NLL should be the first league to really tell people, here is our criteria, instead of just letting the voters figure it out themselves. Because I feel like it's very weird. Like the NFL, and then this is the last thing I'll say. Like the NFL, like Lamar Jackson could have won another MVP this year. But Josh Allen won it because no one respected the Bills roster. And he had a bunch of rushing touchdowns, like a bunch of sneak touchdowns. Like, they devalued Lamar Jackson because he's already won MVPs before. Like, that, to me, also should not matter if regular season counts. Again, so many variables. What are your variables? What do you value? Kai the goalie says, Lyle in the background is criminal. MJG says MVP too often is turned into a popular player. Agreed. Kai the goalie again adds, being a good goalie means your team has a chance to win. I agree with that. Please explain East Coast bias. No, that's true. But that's a story for another day. But basically, a lot like Nick Rose, another guy, winning goalie of the year last year, when I felt like Matt Vince a lot of times gets no credit because, like in the goalie of the year conversation, and this is the last thing I'll say officially, like in the goalie of the year, how was Nick Rose winning goalie of the year last year if Mitch Desnew and Brad Cree were like part of the league leaders in blocked shots? Like, does that line of defense not matter, or is it only the goalie? Because a lot of times I hear like people say, well, Matt Vince this and he has a great defense. Well, Nick Rose didn't, but they voted him goalie of the year. I just want people to be transparent about what their reasoning is. God. All right, so that's going to be it for that. It's a great race, and that was the point of this. I went on a side tangent. The point is, the league awards this year are so like hot, and like there's so many guys that could win each award. And you're going to see coming up next. I might piss some of you off, but I'm here for it. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back to Daily Dive to view my official top 3 ballots of those 3 awards.
Don't go anywhere. Daily Dive will be right back.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
America, get back on track. with Dust Pod's Performance Stabilizer. When applied to roadways, it kills dust and strengthens the integrity of the road. Easily applied by mixing with water, Dust Pods is the future in polymer stabilization. Call 1-833-DUST-PODS or visit dustpods.com today.
Daily Dive is back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Reminder, there's an audio-only podcast version of this show found on Spotify at just search Daily Dive, including Tuesday's All-Star Game draft with Teddy and Pat. And by the way, that is a very close race. Go to Daily Dive LAX on Twitter and Instagram and vote for your favorite team to see who brings home the bragging rights. And I'll be honest, I might actually order a custom trophy for the winner. Like, give it till next Friday. We'll see where the vote stands. I'll count the comments too. You got comments and votes. Obviously, your votes are mostly anonymous, so I don't really know. So you can comment a bunch too and say, Teddy. I'll count those as votes. How about that too? So maybe Pat doesn't think that's fair. I know he's in the chat. Last time I checked. But yeah, check that out. Alrighty, folklores. Let's get into if I had a vote, even though I'm recognized as NLL media, it's whatever. If I had a vote, just like MLK had a dream, he does have a dream technically. I have a vote. Here's this. Let's go to my goalie of the year first. So I chose Dylan Ward number 1 because Dylan Ward, which is shocking to me how this works. I think last week, remember I said Zach Higgins was like lapping the field in terms of goals saved above average? Yeah, somehow Ward took that lead, which is incredible to me. But Dylan Ward, I said it on the All-Star game with Teddy and Pat. I said, guys, I expected Dylan Ward to show up, and he's been amazing this year. The offense for the Mammoth has been so, inconsistent who's going to be the guy. You added Will Malcolm. He isn't taking off like you want him to, even though he's still having a good year. Connor Kelly, Liger. Zed is now out for the year, by the way, with that, I believe it was a torn Achilles or torn ACL. Not a good look for the Mammoth in terms of the offense, but Dylan Ward has been absolutely sensational. Had one game where he lost against the Rocky and had 57 saves. And then also was unbelievable against Calgary in their comeback attempt. So great job for Dylan Ward. He's been awesome. Matt Vince does get the nod at number 2. He still makes amazing clutch saves, even though I don't think they're the stat for that. Maybe the fourth quarter saves, sure. But Matt Vince has been amazing. He's also got the best record of these of this list. Also, I feel like Matt Vince, I will say, benefits from the defense in front of him. Like Paul Dawson has been a wrecking ball in terms of just nope, ouch, ooh, in terms of blocking. Those are my blocking shots, sounds right there. But yeah, that's Matt Vince gets the nod for number 2. And Zach Higgins is now 5-6. He's no longer, I think he's third place or second place in goals saved above average, but still having a phenomenal year. This is a positional award, but eventually some wins have to matter. And I believe Ottawa, what was the score of that last game? Yeah, 15 goals, I guess will drop the GSAA down. But Zach Higgins still having a phenomenal year. If he puts together 2 or 3 more wins, he might be awesome. And Warren Hill and Brett Dobson might be sneaking up behind this crew if they do fall off at some point, which I don't expect any of them to do so. Okay, let's get into a very contested rookie race. And folks, I'm going to be honest, I'm a Brendan O'Neill truther. I know Dyson Williams is taking the lead in points, but let's break this down. This is why I did not have this first, because there's a lot of conversation here. I told you guys, two-way players they're going to become indispensable in this league. Jake Withers, Dane Smith, Zach Currier putting up, Graham Hossack putting up absolutely insane numbers. And Adam Levy, again, Thomas Kaiser came into the same team and won 2 games, including shutting out the Seals. I can't put Chiliano in that conversation just yet. Having a good year, not having that good of a year in terms of like the other contemporaries. Now, also the Rush also have an insane defense. But regardless, Adam Patra is now my Rookie of the Year. I'm sorry. This is not a winning award. Obviously, Dyson, I know there's a lot of Dyson like apologists out there. Guys, Dyson is by far taking the most shots on this list. O'Neal has done it in terms of efficiency. I know Dyson's got the assist, but he's still tied up with the goals. Him and Brennan also don't do a lot more than just score goals and get the occasional assist. What if Adam Patra has 3 less goals than those guys, is dominating in the loose ball category, has 13, I cannot stress this enough, 13 caused turnovers and 3 blocked shots, that has to matter. The guy is right up there in goals, and he's like dominating you in every other part of the game. He has to be the #1 Rookie of the Year right now. The only reason Dyson or Brandon O'Neal win this award if it ended today was because no one cared about Adam Patra preseason. I'm sorry. Like, Brandon O'Neal and Dyson Williams, for the sake of the league, are going to be amazing superstars, no doubt about it. I want to put O'Neal at #1, but I'm also not going to be blinded. Adam Patra is cooking the stat book this year. The box score hates to see Adam Patra coming. He deserves our utmost respect. And again, this might change as we go on throughout the season, as it has already. But guys, Dyson and Brennan, kind of like a couple of good highlights every now and again. Patra's been like, yo, I'm right here. Come on, man. Again, the box score hates to see Patra coming. All right, let's get into it. MVP, you ready for it? Dane Smith having 63 assists is still bonkers. I know I just crapped on assists. I know he's got less goals than Josh Byrne. But what I think would push it for me, for Dane being my #1 MVP right now, is that he's still the bread and butter of that offense. He's the one who slows it down. Like, he's the reason why, like Tom Schreiber of The Rock will slow it down, let the offense get on the floor. And then the fact that push it over for me is, like I said in the last segment, he took multiple defensive shifts in the game against the Rush. That was a heavyweight matchup in which the Bandits were trying to prove another point, even though they don't need to do so. They're defending back-to-back champs. They should easily three-peat this season. Dane Smith was out there doing his thing, setting a precedent for players that it's not just about offense and defense. Yeah, there's a lot of awesome defensive players, a lot of awesome offensive players. Dane Smith is proving you can play both ways a lot of the game. Like, you can be kind of a basketball guy. I'm not saying we'll ever transition this, but Dane Smith, that has to matter. And the fact they have the best record, the valuable part is up there as well. Again, I don't like the fact that Josh Byrne has more goals. I do think the 5 or 7 more goals matter, but Dane's got my vote right now. Lyle Thompson's team is also cooking. Lyle is the best player on the team. Brett Dobson has been shaky. Sorry, kind of the goalie. He's been good the last 2 weeks, but the past 12 weeks have to matter. And so far, Lyle Thompson, to me, has been up there and an unsung MVP right now. Zach Mans, another. Oh, Lyle also takes defensive shifts sometimes, or stays on defense, to try to hack the ball away. Zach Mans. You could have put a few players in the 3rd spot here. Again, it's so tight right now. I'm not going to argue with you a bunch on this, but it feels like Zach Mans is now becoming the consistent Rush offensive player. With Robert Church out, they lost, but he still had 4 goals, kept them afloat in that game with a chance to win it in the end. The numbers are not sexy right now, obviously, for Zach Mans, but he's doing enough on a really awesome team where somebody from the Rush has to get credit. It's got to be Zach Mans, in my opinion. But yeah. And shout out to the rookies. Again, I want to get back to the rookies because I forgot to mention this. Brock Haley, Torin Eccleston in just 6 games, Mike Robinson of the Thunderbirds, Jackson Webster on the Desert Dogs, who's an Adam Patra teammate, Jake Naso. There's so many awesome rookies. I don't know if we're actually giving them enough credit, because obviously the top 2 and most people's ballots are Brandon O'Neill and Dyson Williams. Interchange those two. But the rookies this year have been absolutely fantastic. Stop the Kiss is another one who's got like 62% on the face-off. It's incredible what they're doing. They deserve our credit. But yeah, here's my MVP ballot. Dane Smith, Lyle Thompson, Zach Mans. If I had a chrome to my dome, I had to give it right now. Again, it'll most likely change. These three guys may not even be on the list. But for now, I'll give them credit where credit's due this far into the season. Okay. When I come back to this awesome show, I'm going to wrap it up with my power rankings. Thunderbirds and Roughnecks fans have been down my neck. Where do you land? How far do the Black Bears fall? We'll be right back to Daily Dive. Don't go anywhere. We're going to wrap it up next.
Don't go anywhere. Daily Dive will be right back.
You need tickets to that next event? We've got them. That's right, tickets.12ozsports.com. Get you to any sporting event, concert, theater event that you can think of. And the promo code 12OZ or ROME gets you an additional discount. Don't feed the massive ticket corporate machine. Go to tickets.12ozsports.com and enjoy the show. America, get back on track with Dust Pod's Performance Stabilizer. When applied to roadways, it kills dust and strengthens the integrity of the road. Easily applied by mixing with water, Dust Pods is the future in polymer stabilization. Call 1-833-DUST-PODS or visit dustpods.com today.
Daily Dive is back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to this awesome show. Reminder, as I post this on Twitter, by the way. Reminder that when today's awesome show ends and you're going to the next game, be sure to get your NLL tickets for less at tickets.12onsports.com. Tickets.ozsports.com. Alrighty, folks. Here we go. Let's get into our power rankings. Weep and read. All right, so Bandits, of course, number one. Clear cut number one. According to a poll that had like 170 votes for me, Saskatchewan Rush are number two, and they're going to stay number two for me. They're clear number two. Bandits are clear number one. Seals have got to be clear number three because San Diego is the only team to beat Buffalo, and they only lost by one when they didn't have Zach Currier. That's got to matter. Colorado Mammoth, number four. Got a big win over the Roughnecks, who are number five. Even though Nick Rose, I hope, can adjust, and the team can adjust to him better this weekend. We'll have to see. They do play Buffalo. The Georgia Swarm, I'm going to a game this weekend, by the way, against the Rush. The Swarm, of course, have moved up to number 6. For me, I'm getting more Frank Giuliano apologists on my DMs right now. So you have a Swarm number 6 for me. Number 7, Thunderbirds are up 2 spots. Here's the thing, guys. And I will say it again to the people who keep trying to get me to like the Thunderbirds. Warren Hill has been really good the last few weeks. They're on a big game winning streak. I'll say it again. The teams like Mackie Jenner said on the NLL box like a week or two ago, 1, 2, 13, and 14. Everyone else from 3 to kind of like 9 or 10 right now might be interchangeable. Like I still don't trust Warren Hill in the biggest playoff game. I've seen that consistently with him. I do like the way he's playing. I'm not locked in yet. The offense has been really good. They're balanced. I still need to see more from Clark Peterson. I still need to see more from other players. I'm sorry, guys. I had them lower, and I've been trying to sneak them up. But, guys, also 9-5 against the Desert Dogs. Can we be real about that? Like, if you guys thought, they were number 9 last week, maybe a little low for me. But, again, beating the Dogs is not going to pump them up 5 spots for me. Like, how high do you want them? And if you want them at number 6 or number 6, maybe. But then you got to argue with the Swarm's offense. With the top 5 teams, you got amazing goaltenders right now. Wrigley Arena having the best season, but I'm still a fan of the Seals as a complete team. Like, how high do you want this Thunderbirds team? 4 or 5? I'm not doing it, man. Not over doing Ward, and not with the Roughnecks offense and the potential of Nick Rose. Yeah, come on, man. Is that, yeah, so Ryan McMichael, I can't believe he didn't include Frankie. Come on, man. Dude, Thomas Kaiser, a 20-year-old rookie, and came in this place without no practice, it feels like, won 2 games. Like, does that not matter to people? This is crazy. All right. That's that. I'm going to let you guys cook it up. But it's funny to me when people say it's clickbait. Like, I wouldn't just say this stuff. I wish I was that good at clickbait. You have no idea. Like, if I was that good at clickbait, I feel like I'd be a millionaire by now. I'm not. I'm changing secular jobs. Again, I'm on glue. That's one of my favorite comments I've ever gotten, actually. I appreciate that. I'm on glue. All right, folks. A reminder to go to Daily Dive LAX on social media and click the link tree in our bios to check out the awesome merchandise with the Diving Man logo and, of course, the Daily Dive logo itself. Or go to dailydivelacrosse.creator.spring.com. And on the social media, I don't know why I'm showing this when it's right up here on the screen anyways. On Daily Dive LAX, you can also vote for the All-Star Game winner between Teddy and Pat. And I guess, since I said on the show I'm going to do it, I'm going to probably buy a custom trophy next Friday or so to when the voting ends. So whoever wins the votes. Comments count as well. So yeah. Kai the goalie says he needs a sticker from Daily Dive. I appreciate that. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. I won't be here tomorrow. Someone else or couple of people might be. Again, stay tuned to the social medias to find that out. I've got still switching secular jobs. They want me from 9 to 5. I'm like, good Lord, that's a lot of training. Anyways, well, so yeah, just stay tuned if there's gonna be a show tomorrow. If anything, we'll at least post the picks and best bets. I will do that. All right, folks. Next week, of course, is full swing. No excuses. I'm back and better than ever. We'll see you tomorrow in some capacity, same time, same place, kind of. Don't hold me accountable to that. 12 Ounce Sports, Daily Dive. Guys, you guys have a great day. This has been Daily Dive. I love these comments, man. Bye.
Thanks for watching Daily Dive. See you next time.